post-independent India. So you know the meaning of post, right? That is not pre-independent India. This is post-independent India. Okay, India after independence. So India is the world's largest democracy. You know that, right? So it is the only country in Asia that has remained democratic ever. Okay, so you should know this. So this is an important. Okay, so democratic ever since it attained its independence from British rule. The only exception to this is the brief period. So that is an emergency, the period of the emergency in 1975 to 76. Yes, when the democratic process was halted. So if you don't know about the democracy, I'll suggest you to please Google it and let you know, like, you should know the main idea of the emergency. Okay, so now without any delay, shall we start it? But I want to give you more information about this. What was that? So we know about I told you about the emergency. Okay, then the Congress party, we know from the era of Gandhi and national movement. From that we learn about the Congress party, how Indian National Congress was played an important role on that time. Okay, so democratic route of elections, that the ruling dethroned of electoral government. So that's important, but I don't think to give you. Many in the world were apprehensive of the success of democracy in India. Like their belief was further strengthened when several countries in all the religions, Pakistan failed as democracies and chose an authoritarian and militarist path in its stead. Okay, this is an important. Now we'll have a look on India after independence. So refugee in the sense, like by force, like because of the religious matter, like because if you're Hindu you should go back to the Pakistan. So that's they are called as an refugee because they don't want to go to the Pakistan, they don't want to leave their own hometown. So for them we used to say refugee. Okay, so here we are going to learn effects of partition of India, refugees, reorganization of states, problem of formation of government, integration of princely states, each and everything. So we learned ki 1947 August 15 we gain independence from the British. So we should celebrate now, but the thing is we can't able to celebrate. Why? Because we don't have the proper leader. Yes, no doubt we have the Jawaharlal Nehru, that he was the prime minister, but we don't have that much of idea ki how to arrange a time, like how to arrange a timetable. Okay, we can say a timetable like a government, how to form a government, how we can divide the states, how we can do like how we can like shatter the unemployment problem, each and everything they have to think, right? So within a fraction of a second we can't do, because before British used to rule and they are going to do each and everything, we are just fighting, but we don't have the actual idea. That's the main reason, right? So here, and two things is, it's a good news and as well as the bad news for the party, like in for the independence. Why? Because we got an independence, that is good news, and we got partition of India, that's the bad news, right? Huh. So here each and everything they should discuss. First thing they have to understand ki how to participate, like they participate the country, and then new problem starts ki there are millions of people in India, right? So they have to divide. Okay, this particular people, this particular language group of people will stay there, will stay here. So they have to do that. Okay, and the second main problem over here is that is the bigger problem key. In India there are 562 princely states. Okay, you should know that 562 states were there, and there are more language peoples are there. So it's not only Hindi, it's not only Kannada, it's not only Bengali, it's not only Tamil. So there are a lot of languages are there. Okay, if in front of you some Marathi man, female came and she starts speaking, means will you able to understand? No, right? So they have to go to their own place. So that's their main tension. And they have the problem to divide the states, that is Kashmir, Junagadh in the north, Hyderabad in the south. They are not agreeing to go whatever they are deciding. Okay, Next year in the third is like economic problem. Okay, the Britishers went. Okay, that's the big problem. They went. Okay, fine. But now we need a money. Okay, we need something to build a nation in an extraordinary way. Not in an extraordinary way, but we could say कि, okay, now India is in a good position. Okay, but for that we need a plan. So that's the main problem during that time. Okay, because we don't have the economic facilities. Then the fourth over here, the constitution. Okay, like we learn about the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. We learn like how Gandhiji, B.R. Ambedkar, they disagree for some reasons, right? But now we need to do some constitution. We need to do rules and regulations that no one can harm anyone. Okay, so you are in your own state. If someone comes, if someone harm you, you are seeing someone was killing to someone, so you should know the rules and regulations, right? I can't come to your home. So if there were no rules and regulations, I can come and I can sit at your home, and I can say you go from this place. Because if I say to you go from your place, you will go off, because you don't know what will happen, because you don't have the power. But if like now we have the rules and regulations, we can't go against them. Okay, so there are some obligations, we have to follow it. Okay, that's the fourth thing. So they thought, okay, we have to do the constitution, this new constitution, and we should appoint the drafting committee that's given India. So each and everything they have to do. Fifth, partitions were started. Okay, but Hindu Muslims during that time, everyone was like killing. So the reason is here, the thing ki a lot of members lost their lives. Actually, the big reason for this is because during the war a lot of people didn't kill, but because of this partition, because of the partition system, a lot of people lost their lives. Okay, so because of that enmity started. Okay, even today also that was going on. For that they have to build a military power. So that, and brief idea that was given by the Britishers, right? They appointed the police, armies, militaries, each and everyone. So for that they should know the main rule. So that's the fifth point. Now the main important, that is the sixth. In the sixth, we know ki whatever you say, okay, if I say from the word ki you are not supposed to harm a woman, so you will say, hey, go from here, I have a right. Okay, I am her husband, I am her dad, I am her brother. Okay, by mouth if I say, you won't agree. But if I say legally that if you harm her, you are going from this section, from this article, you have to go and behind the bar. So you won't harm her. Not to, even today also. Okay, so no one have the right to beat a woman. Those who are beating, they are not human being at all. Okay, according to me. So six, that is gender and caste based discrimination was going on. By verbally it's not going to possible, so we should make any strong law against it. So that's the sixth point. Okay, I am giving you the main structure of it. Okay, sixth point. So now we'll move on to the communal violence. So after a long and difficult freedom struggle, India attained her independence from British rule, right, in 1947. But this independence came with the partition of the country also. A new states of Pakistan was created with portions of western and eastern India, okay, taken away from the Indian map. Western Pakistan took away western Punjab, Sindh, like Balochistan. And then East Pakistan created with the partition of Bengal into east and west, the latter remaining with India. So that will be there. Okay, now that such a formation of a new state was not non pragmatic and unforgettable, so unworkable, because their gaining was proven by later events. Okay, Pakistan was taking the main countries, main cities, but India can't able to do it, because at the time there was no rules and regulations, they didn't made anything. Okay, so that thing happened. Then here, this movement of the people was not peaceful. There was a lot of bloodshed, looting, rape of women, like martial killing of innocent people. After a creation of Bangladesh, several Muslim families which migrated from Bihar and other adjoining states to the eastern wing of Pakistan. Like they suffered similar discrimination, but like if someone came that will be a border illegal, they used to kill them. So a lot of thing happened. Okay, like why am I giving you the extra knowledge? Because in this book they had given, I am not telling it they didn't give, but we should know the actual reason, and we should know the actual um, situation that was happened on that time. By sitting at home now we will say ki, oh my god, I don't want to go to the Pakistan, and they will say, oh my god, I don't want to go to the India. Okay, they have their own thinking and we have their own thinking. I'm not telling you should go to the Pakistan and you should raise your voice. So if it that's in our hand we can do that, but that partition we can like by easily we say partition, but that seriously that harmed everyone's life. Okay, so if you have your grandparents and everyone, so you can ask them lah. So they seriously they suffered a lot. Okay, now without any delay we'll have communal violence. So communal violence is that, so I told you that a lot of people lost their lives. So I told you key communal violence then in wars that took place in the group religious creates. Okay, so when the freedom, like when we got an independence, they, like I told you ki you should go to the Pakistan and you have to go it, but there are some people, those who don't want to go to the Pakistan because they want to be here, they are called refugees. Okay, for the communal violence in a sense, for the religious structure, you don't want to be in my place, you are like I am going to kill you. They used to search each and everyone and they used to kill it. And then the British divide and rule policy actually worked on that time. Okay, and then like Hindu and Muslim clashes took a nasty turn. Hindu and Muslims clashes was started. Okay, during the partition of India in 1947, lakhs of Hindus and Muslims died. It's not only for the Muslims, it's not only for the Hindus. Lots of Hindu Muslims died in this time. Okay, communal violence. Huh. Then when India was celebrating independence in New Delhi, Gandhiji was in Naukali and other places in meeting in victims, consoling them. So when India was celebrating, Gandhiji was not happy. I told you, right? Why? Because he don't want that partition. Because of some issues, because of some reasons, Muhammad Ali Jinnah put his words in front of them and everyone support him, but they don't know that this much will happen. So happen now, so we can't change. The first prime minister everyone knows, independent India prime minister, that is Nehru. Okay, then communal violence went within a month, and after independence the evil violence emerged. That violence Nehru to think about a secular nation. When Nehru get to know, oh my god, lot of Indians were losing their lives, now we don't have the Mahatma Gandhiji to say any solution, we have to do something. So he started thinking, and this incident helped India to adopt secular principles, okay, in its constitution. So with the help of this leader Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad and Khan Abdul Ghar Khan opposed the ideas of Pakistan, they could not stop the partition of India. So when Muhammad Ali Jinnah was supporting it now, so there are some other people, other Muslims, those who don't want to go away from their own motherland, those who don't want to go to their own hometown. Okay, there are some like Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, Abdul Ghar Khan. So there are so many others also, they opposed it, but they can't able to say no to it because Muhammad Ali Jinnah was in his first step. So whatever, however you are trying, you are not going to stop it. Now then the communal clashes have continued. Okay, the communal clashes was continuing, whatever you are doing, it's not going to stop. Then the constitution of India accepted religion as a personal choice of the individual. Okay, so here everyone knows that, right? If it's an Hindu or Muslim matter, you should not enter, the law won't enter in their own matter. Okay, so that was started, and then the Indians need to understand their intention of the constitution like accordingly. So why did they do such kind of constitution, such kind of law? Because when they are interfering it, so clashes was started, so they can't able to stop it. So they said, okay, it's your choice. I can't go, like if Muslims were fighting, if something was going on between the Muslim, I can't, like Hindu or not Hindu, a law, okay, a constitution, rules and regulations won't go between them. So that's the matter. Okay, so they agreed that. Okay, so here you have to understand that. Now we'll move on to like refugee crisis. So I told you the meaning of refugee, right? So the refugee became the huge problem during that time. Like millions of people tried to find a future in either of the country. They had to leave their native place, move to place, like they have to leave their own place and they have to go to the other place. They don't know what was going to be happen. They are seeing from their eyes, they are watching each and everything. A lot of people losing their lives. They don't want to go there. If they go there also, they will kill them, and if they come back also, here also they'll kill them. So where they'll go? So they will be at the center and they don't have anything to do, and they are facing a lot of problem on that time. Around 6 million refugees arrived in India. Okay, so how many? Not thousand, not hundred, not lakhs, not 1 crore, that is 6 million. Okay, the crisis ballooned in the beginning, but by 1951, most of the refugees from West Bank, Pakistan, were taken care of. Okay, when they are going, so a lot of Pakistanis came and we accept them. Okay, then the East Pakistan, that is Bangladesh, continued for a long time, and it's like it caught a severe communal violence soon after the partition. Okay, so Bangladesh was the one who fought or who was fighting for the long time. During the time of the after the partition also they are fighting. Okay, refugees in till 1971. Okay, then the Bengal Vimochana movement, which was supported by Indians, could finally liberate the Bangladesh. Then finally Bangladesh got a liberal from that. The war resulted in arrival of 10 lakh refugees in India. That was with a result that those who are refugees, we are going to give an identity that they are Indian, so no Indian man can go and harm to them. Okay. So now here, the since most of the refugees from the Bangladesh knew Bengali, they attempt settle in Bengal more. So a lot of refugees, they settle in Bengal actually. Okay, then in the west, there some went to the West Bengal. 1960s to 1970, India itself faced economic crisis. So I told you, right, economic crisis was also they faced. The people of Tibet had arrived in our country and refugees during Nehru time. Okay, the people called Tibet and refugees came during the time of Nehru. Okay, and there was a 1,20,000 Tibetan refugees in India. How many Tibetan refugees are there? That is 1,20,000 Tibetan. In 1960, government of Karnataka sanctioned 300,000 acres of land to Tibetan refugees. Okay, those who are refugees, we can't force them to go back, right? They are losing their lives and they also lost their family, so we can't say go back. Okay, you are not supposed to stay here, because but we Indians can't say like that, right? Because of that only we are Indians. So government of Karnataka sanctioned 3,000 acres for the Tibetans. Wherever you wanna go, you can go and you can build your own house. In spite of all this problem, the arrival enriched our cultural diversity. So if each and everything was going on, and then the cultural problem came. So each and every problem we have to face. Then now here, the new government of independence. So we have on that time they have a huge responsibility to create a law. Okay, they have to create a rules and regulations. They have to create a proper law so that each and everyone will get a justice. During the time of during the reign of British rule, no one was getting the freedom, right? So Here they can't able to do that. Then I told you, like, Lord Mountbatten came as a governor general to India, and then Jawaharlal Nehru became the first prime minister of India when in 26 Jan 1950. Okay, then he adopted constitution. Dr. Babu Rajendra Prasad became the first president of India. Okay, Dr. Babu Rajendra Prasad. And then he declared India sovereign democratic republic. 42 amendment of the constitution votes secular and socialist were added in the year 1976. Okay, sorry. Now, government of India followed independent foreign policy. India adopted parliamentary type of democracy. Okay, now we'll have a look on Vallabhbhai Patel. Integration of princely states, so they have to divide the states, right? So yeah, we'll have a look on Vallabhbhai Patel. There were 562 princely states when British left India. How many states were there when the British left India? There are 562. Okay, so apart from part, like those who against another Tibetans and other refugees came, right? Apart from them, they had kept three opinions open in remaining princely states. They kept joining India, joining Pakistan, remaining independent. They kept three options to them. Either you want to join India, join Pakistan, or you want your separate independent country, because they faced a lot of problem. Okay, the partition of India already happened. If you also want to go, you can go, but please go, please at least choose one thing now, so that we can move ahead. So they kept three proposals in front of them. Then the government of India instrument of accession offered then an opportunity for the princely states to join federal structure of India. So they said, okay, we are ready to join in India. Okay, then they start revenue sharing, actual revenue, and then the royalty key. Okay, this state, that state, you are supposed to go. Okay, later in 1971, this royalties and status were withdrawn. So some special status were also accorded to these ruling kings. So Hyderabad, there will be a king, so you have to rule it. But in 1971, that was withdrawn. Indian princely states, strong opposition came from Junagadh, Jammu and Kashmir and Hyderabad. Okay, under the leadership of Vallabhbhai Patel, who is known as Iron Man of India. Okay, princely states to Indian Federation. Now we'll have a look on Junagadh. So Junagadh was the Nawab of this princely state. Okay, who signed the agreement to join the state of Pakistan. Okay, his citizens revolt against him. So when the Nizam of Nawab of this state, he signed an agreement and he said, we are ready to join the Pakistan. So many of the members revolt him. Okay, and they flooded the streets. Oh my god, lot of things happened. King fled from the kingdom. He went out from the kingdom. Okay, the Diwan requested Indian government to military to Junagadh to maintain law and order. Later, Junagadh joined Indian Federation in 1949. Okay, so Nawab said, no sir, I am not ready to stay in India. I am willing to go to the Pakistan. So when he said like that, lot of people are like come against him. Lot of people rebelled him, and they said, "Ki no, we are not supposed to go to the Pakistan." And what happened? King himself, he went out, and then finally the Diwan request to the Indian government, please sir, let us allow so that we can be a member of Indian Constitution, Indian Federation, and they joined in 1949. Now we'll have a look on the Hyderabad. So Hyderabad, that is Nizam. Okay, the princely state was ruled by Nizam. So he wanted to remain independent. First wanted to be an Indian Federation, and second wanted to go to the Pakistan, but a lot of people didn't agree. And third, here they wanted independent freedom. Okay, so they don't want any government or leadership of the communists, of the farmers revolt. Okay, there are a lot of people's revolt against the Nizam and Zamindars. The people angry and call Razaks, and so many things they said. The government of India sent its military to fight Hyderabad and defeat Nizam of Hyderabad in the year 1948. Vallabhbhai Patel could find a solution with this with his firm decision. Now we'll move on to the Jammu and Kashmir. So since 2019 it was going on, but because of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Jammu and Kashmir was saved, and that belongs to, yes, that belongs to an Indian country city as well. Huh. So Jammu and Kashmir, the king of Jammu and Kashmir, Hari Singh, decided to remain independent. The two states tried to be an independent, okay? Fearing that Kashmir may join to Indian Federation, Pakistan instigated the tribal Muslim to invade Kashmir. Okay, so that king, he said, like Kashmir king said, कि no bhaiya, I want to be an independent, so let us be. But Pakistan was feared, no 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 no, if he was independent, Indians will come and force them and they'll go to the India, how they did to the Hyderabad, no, like that only they'll do. So they encouraged the Muslims so that they can go and invade Kashmir, so they can go and be in a Kashmir. Okay, and then king of the Kashmir, he disagree. Okay, the king agreed to join. First he disagreed to join in India, then he agreed to join in India, and military could not enter Kashmir. Finally, on realizing the severity of the problem in hand, King Hari Singh agreed to join in India October 1947. Then day by day he is getting the actual point from the Pakistan, and then he said, no bhaiya, I don't want to go to the Pakistan, I want to be my own country, that is India. When in August 1947, then Indian army attacked tribal soldier and through the valley. At this juncture was reported in UNO. One part of the Kashmir remained Pakistan and another is in India. Okay. Then UNO issued battle truce on Jan 1st, 1949. The northeast part of Kashmir that was occupied by Pakistan continues to be with it, and it is called Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Okay. Now Pondicherry, Goa. So Pondicherry is also the same thing. Okay, Pondicherry after independence, the French had continued their hold over Pondicherry. Karaigal, Mahe, Chandranagar, many political parties like Congress, communities and other wanted them to be part of India. As a result, all of these parts go integrated. In 1954, Pondicherry became Union Territory of India in 1963. Okay, now we move on to the Goa. Goa is a movement protest against the Portuguese occupation of Goa. Okay, there was so many order to vacate Goa. Portuguese brought more armies from Africa and Europe and tried to consolidate their power over Goa. And satyagrahis from all over India entered Goa and declared the exit of Portuguese from Goa in 1955. What they did, okay, Portuguese did no, we need Goa. Okay, so they went and they fight, but Indian satyagrahis came and they said, no, you go to your own place, so Goa will be their own place. Okay, the Indian military entered Goa and took its administration. Goa had remained Union Territory till 1987 and later became a state. Okay. Now, reorganization of states based on languages. So then now they have to divide the states from the languages. Okay. So first we discussed 6 main points, right? So now they divide the states. They gave the 3 options: either you want an Indian, Pakistan, or you need an independent. They gave their own identity, but because of some problem also, they said, no bhaiya, I want to be an Indian. So they came and they selected as an Indian. So now reorganization of state based on languages. So they have to divide the Indian states, Indian people from their own language. Okay, that's difficult part to them. And then they did in the background of formation languages after the death of Putti Sriramulu, that movie. Yes, the Sriramulu movie was coming, so everyone will go, right? So everyone was fan of Junior NTR, and as well as Ram Charan. Okay. So as a result, Andhra Pradesh was formed in 1953. Reorganizing of the States Commission was formed. Mr. Fazal Ali became the president. Okay, K.M. Panikkar and H.N. Kunjuru became its member. Okay, there are according to this act, 14 states and 6 union territories were formed on that time. Okay. Kannada speaking regions were part of various peninsular states on October 14, 1947. Mysore state came into existence. The demand of integrated all these people into one state was prevalent. Okay, they had to form all Karnataka Rajya Nirmana Parishit. So they demand for the major integration of the Kannada speaking world. Okay, they demand ki no bhaiya, we need our own state. If I am speaking Kannada, so I should be in one particular place. I don't want to be in Hyderabad, I don't want to be in Kerala. Why? Because I am a Kannadiga, so I need all Karnataka Rajya Nirmana Parishit. Okay, so if I am a Kannadiga, so I should be in a Kannada itself. Now there are how many states? Yes, 29 states, 7 union territories in India, including Delhi. So these are all about the topic of today's. I hope you understood it. Okay, post independence India, it's easy topic because we'll get to know, right, ki how the situations went on. Okay, what was the reason for it, everything we sort out. So now it's all about the basic things that you should know about it. Okay, so I hope you understood it. Let me know in the comment section below, and you have to do the mind map for it. Okay, just it will take just 15 minutes to do. Why am I telling to you to do the mind map? Because if you are doing that, so you will get an idea. Okay, this thing happened, that thing happened, that's the main reason. Okay, so till then, take care, respect your parents. Thank you.